The Pope allows priests to bless same-sex couples. We'll hear from local LGBTQ advocates about the strides being made for inclusion. Plus, a local sports organization helps give back to the community. Organizers hope their work can lighten the load for families in need. And a local program gives to seniors ahead of the holidays. Organizers say it's all to bring joy to those feeling alone.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric is off tonight. Children and staff at a local school have to be evacuated today over a hazardous materials concern. Around 1 this afternoon, Rockford Fire Department's hazmat response team was called to Flynn Middle School for a reported chlorine leak. Investigators say a small amount of the chemical was released in an isolated area of the school near the pool. Students and staff were evacuated to neighboring Whitehead School. A short time later, classes at Flynn were canceled for the day. No word yet on if there will be classes tomorrow at the school. A group of teens not even old enough to get a license are accused of driving around in a stolen car. A little before 10 Saturday morning, Rockford police officers spotted a car that had been reported stolen out of Chicago. The car stopped in Washington Park near West State and Springfield. That's when police say 3 teens got out and ran. All 3 were caught a short time later. The 14 and 15-year-old boys were taken into custody. They're charged with theft, possession of a stolen vehicle, and criminal trespass. Both were taken to the Juvenile Detention Center. A third boy was released to a parent without charges. Pope Francis gives priests around the world the go-ahead to bless same-sex couples. It comes with limitations. Today, local LGBTQ advocates are reacting. Drea Baroni spoke with some of them. And Drea, what are they saying about this news?
Yeah, that's right, Mimi. They say they have mixed feelings about the declaration. Pope Francis now permits Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples, but the document he signed stresses the fact that these blessings are not the same as the sacrament of marriage. While the Catholic Church is taking a step towards inclusion from their previous stance in 2021 that did not allow blessings, LGBTQ leaders say there is still much work to be done.
Years of precedent and a lot of ingrained opinions. So while this is a first step, we don't know how long it's going to take the next one. But I am optimistic that this is only the first step in many towards universal acceptance of all people.
We reached out to the Rockford Diocese to discuss the announcement, but they did not get back to us to comment. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Drea. Activists calling for justice and freedom for prisoners they claim were tortured by a now retired Chicago police sergeant.
We want justice for all these families, not just for my brother, for every last man that he did this to.
Family members of Kevin Jackson claim he's one of at least 9 prisoners who were tortured and wrongfully convicted. Their cases were all investigated by the same Chicago police sergeant who retired in October. Jackson was convicted of killing a man at a gas station in 2001. He's filed a motion to have his conviction vacated. So far, the Cook County State's Attorney says it reviews all cases individually based on all available evidence. A man who spent more than 3 decades behind bars for a crime he didn't commit is now suing the city of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department. Francisco Benitez was arrested when he was just 18 and charged with a double murder in Humboldt Park. But he claims Chicago police detectives framed him. Last August, a judge vacated Benitez's conviction and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office dropped all charges. It's the 3rd time a murder conviction secured by those 2 detectives has been vacated. A local sports organization helps raise awareness about hunger in the state line. The Rockford Ice Hog staff and Hammy the Hog volunteered at the Northern Illinois Food Bank today. Volunteers packed nearly 600 boxes of food to help ahead of the holidays. This time of year can be a challenge for people struggling financially. Organizers say by providing food assistance, families can manage their funds to cover other needs.
Well, this time of year, I think with the holiday season, you find those families that are living paycheck to paycheck or strapped a little financially, that by coming in and getting some food from us or any one of the many pantries that we have available in the area, that can help free up some finances on their end where they can provide some gifts for their kids for Christmas.
Last year, the Northern Illinois Food Bank gave out more than 82 million meals to families in the 13 counties it serves. Winter weather could cause problems for the 115 million people expected to fly or drive over the holidays. The U.S. Transportation Secretary is encouraging travelers to know their rights, especially when they fly. Pete Buttigieg says over the past 2 years, the Department of Transportation's expanded passenger protections for delays and cancellations. After Southwest Airlines' Christmas travel fiasco last year, the department also pushed airlines to better prepare to avoid cancellations.
Winter weather will be a challenge. It will certainly be a challenge in the next few weeks. But even during the busiest days of Thanksgiving travel, cancellations stayed below 1%. In fact, so far this year, I don't want to jinx us, but so far, 2023 has seen the lowest cancellation rate in the last 5 years.
The FAA is also opening military airspace and 169 additional routes on the East Coast to reduce air traffic congestion during peak travel times. A local program looks to bring joy to the older people in our community. Rockford Homestead spent the day wrapping gifts for their Be a Santa to a Senior program. The project aims to share joy throughout the community by donating gifts to lonely or isolated seniors. Over 400 gifts have been collected for older adults. Organizers say it feels good to bring happiness to those struggling ahead of the holidays.
I think seniors a lot of the time might be forgotten about, or maybe their family and friends live elsewhere and it's hard to get together during the holidays. It's a really busy season. So it's nice to think of others that maybe aren't thought of normally. And it just brings a little bit of joy to them if they're feeling maybe isolated or sad, and just maybe going through some things with their health and other things. It just brings spirit and happiness to them.
This is the 6th year for Rockford's Homestead's Be a Santa to a Senior program. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are playing catch-up after a recent blockade of military promotions is lifted. Up next, the rush to provide service members their back pay. And coming up at 6, state line farmers meet with a U.S. lawmaker. The discussions held to improve the local agriculture industry.
And after temperatures early this morning dropped down into the teens, we were able to make it up to 34 degrees today, a little above where we should be. But our temperatures continue their climb, along with our chance for rain. Find out when in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are playing catch-up after Senator Tommy Tuberville ended his recent blockade of military promotions. His months-long protest came after the Pentagon announced its new abortion policy. After lifting its hold, the policy still stands and lawmakers are working to give officers their back pay. Washington, D.C. correspondent Jesse Tenor reports.
We're not done yet.
The Senate's top Democrat promises to keep his colleagues in Washington until they confirm the remaining 11 four-star officer nominees.
I hope we can do so quickly.
Alabama Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville is still blocking the quickest process after recently surrendering his one-man blockade on hundreds of other military confirmations.
I'm going to look at them individually.
Mississippi Republican Senator Roger Wicker says there's no rush.
They could easily be taken up next year, too.
But last week, the Senate did act fast on a bill to give back pay to these officers who lost out on the raises that come with their higher rank.
It was the very, very least the Senate could do to right this awful wrong.
We don't need to penalize them because we were having a dispute.
But like many Republicans, Wicker still opposes the Pentagon policy Tuberville is protesting. It offers travel expenses and time off for service members seeking legal abortions.
The administration made it seem like there was going to be this huge upheaval in the military, and hundreds of members of the military are going to be affected by that. It just isn't true.
Wicker says he obtained information that suggests only about a dozen troops have used the policy.
That indicates to me that this is not an issue that affects readiness.
But since the Pentagon still supports the policy, opponents would have to take it to court or try to reverse it with legislation. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
We've had a chilly start to the week, but the state line looks to warm up over the next couple of days. After the break, Candace will give us our chances for rain as many look to travel for the holidays.
Now, your first warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, Well, temperatures were able to make it out of the 20s here this afternoon. We made it into the low to mid 30s, which is right where we should be here for mid-December, as we were able to see some sunshine out there, and you can still see some breaks in some of the cloud cover when we take a live look with our SkyTrack camera here down in Rochelle. Current numbers right now sit at 31 in Rockford, Freeport, 30 in Rochelle, down to 29 though in DeKalb. We've got a little bit of a breeze kind of working in from the south, so that has pushed wind chill factors down into the teens in a couple locations. Winds will stay generally light here as we go through the night tonight. Our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa, 31, southerly wind at 11 miles per hour, and current dew point temperature sits at 22. Wind speeds from the south anywhere from 5 to 15, and that's how we'll kind of stay here as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures tonight will drop down into the 20s, but you look a little further off to the west, and we've got some warmer air here across the central and southern plains. That air mass works closer to us during the day tomorrow and will bring our temperatures up into the low 40s, and we'll continue that warming trend here on out through the holiday weekend. We've got some cloud cover out overhead, but things will stay fairly quiet as high pressure continues to build to the southeast of us. As that does, a big ridge of high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere will also work through to bring our temperatures up. But storm system off the west coast is kind of the beginning stages of what will bring a more active pattern here through the end of the week, through the weekend, and even into next week. While our temperatures will be on the increase, I should say, we're also going to see an increase in our rain chances that'll take us through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In fact, could be some heavy rain that comes down with it. So let's take you here for the next 48 hours. We're down in the 20s tonight. We'll see kind of a mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow afternoon. Winds will begin to shift to the east, and they'll stay from the east and northeast over the next couple of days. Temperatures will still be able to warm though as we see an increase in cloud cover. That'll come Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday, I think we see an abundance of clouds for the afternoon. Despite that, temperatures should still be able to make it into the low 40s, upper 30s, low 40s, so we're still above average. We may start to see a little drizzle or a light rain shower work in Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and then again on Friday as kind of this parade of storm systems work along a stalled boundary that sit to our south. So a few light showers Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We may actually clear out for a time as we deal with a mostly cloudy sky and dry things out into Saturday afternoon. But watch what happens once we get into Sunday and Monday. Another storm system builds to the west of us. We've got a lot of moisture coming in with this, which could lead to some heavy rainfall, not only into Sunday night, but also into Christmas Day itself, where rainfall totals could be up over an inch by early next week. Now, low clouds and fog potential there could also lead to some travel concerns, especially towards that Sunday, Monday timeframe. So why is this? Well, we've got just a high amount of moisture working in here. Dew point temperatures in the 40s for several days beginning Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's kind of rare to get that here at the end of December. Dew point temperatures that high, which 40 degrees is high, even upper 40s at that. So with that high moisture, that's where we could get those periods of some heavy rainfall, which could potentially lead to rainfall totals up over an inch. So a pretty rainy here end to the weekend and start into early next week. And that kind of wet pattern may continue even though our temperatures are in the 50s. Now, I will say, Mimi, there is one thing we have to keep an eye on. If we see enough cloud cover and fog Sunday and Monday, we may not be able to make it into the low 50s. That could actually keep us in the 40s during that time, but still looks to be above average.
All right, thanks, Candace. Scott's in next with sports. He says a drastic change that could have happened in high school football won't be happening after all. He'll break it down next.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The landscape of high school football in Illinois will not be changing next year. Member schools in the IHSA have voted down a proposal to restructure football teams by districts. Under the proposal, standard conference alignments in football would have been gone. Teams would have been grouped into districts based on enrollment size and geography. 11-man football teams in the state would have been grouped into 8 districts in each of the 8 classes, 1A through 8A. Each district would have consisted of 8 teams, and at the end of the regular season, the top 4 teams in each district would have qualified for the IHSA playoffs. 272 member schools voted for the proposal to add district football. 379 member schools voted against it. 76 schools abstained. Had district football been approved, it would have caused many teams to travel longer distances for games. For example, in Rockford, Boylan Catholic, a school with an enrollment much smaller than traditional rivals Harlem and Hononegah, could have been grouped in a district with schools that have smaller enrollments like Dixon, Harvard, Johnsburg, and Richmond-Burton. Instead of facing Boylan, Hononegah, and Harlem would likely have been facing schools like DeKalb or Algonquin Jacobs. Belvedere, Belvedere North, and Rockford East could have been aligned with schools like Cary Grove, Crystal Lake South, Crystal Lake Central, and Prairie Ridge. Freeport could have been grouped with Geneseo, Sterling, Woodstock, Woodstock North, and Aurora Marmion. DuPac would have been out of the mix in the NUIC. It would have been grouped with most of the Big Northern Conference schools. Rockford Lutheran, instead of facing Big Northern Conference rivals, would have been traveling eastward to play the likes of Aurora Christian, Chicago Hope, and Chicago Richards. Proponents of district football say it would have cleared up the instability of many conferences. In the last 15 years, more than 20 conferences have had schools join or depart. In the last 5 years, 4 new conferences have been formed. Also, district football would have left scheduling up to the state, taking away the ability of schools to schedule soft opponents to try to earn a 5th win that would have made them playoff eligible. District football also would have given fans, coaches, and players a weekly look at exactly where their team stood in the playoff race. The IHSA Board of Directors will continue to address some of the concerns member schools and coaches have regarding the current setup of high school football in the playoffs. The board is discussing forming a football ad hoc committee. Aaron Rodgers says he will not try to play again this season. Now that the Jets have been eliminated from the playoffs, there's no need for him to test his Achilles. Rodgers told Pat McAfee that he will play next year. Rockford University basketball player Kevin Deemer has been named the Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference Player of the Week. He had a pair of double-doubles last week. The Boylan grad has been named Player of the Week 6 times in his career. That is the most in school history. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our first warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We stay pretty quiet here as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures will drop down into the 20s. We've got a partly to mostly cloudy sky tonight, but we are dry. We're dry again for tomorrow, but we will see an increase in cloud cover going into the afternoon. Temperatures in the low 40s. Small chance for some lighter showers late in the day on Thursday. Same thing for Friday too. We stay mostly dry Saturday, but some heavy rain possible Sunday into Monday of next week.
Doesn't look much like December. All right, thanks, Candace, and thanks so much for watching. Have a good evening.